Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Leeor Alexandra, and on this channel we change lives and we help add to the positive consciousness of this world, one awakening at a time. Today I want to talk to you guys about subliminals, not because it was ever requested or anything, but I'm just gonna do it for you. But before I start, I want to give a big shout out to my infinite agenda. If you guys don't have yours yet, I want to remind you that you get 50% off of your own agenda. And if you haven't seen it in any of my live streams or in my reflections, my monthly reflections, make sure you check them out, because I use this thing every single day. It's the best, the highest quality notebook journal that I have. It's absolutely beautiful, and you get it for 50% off with Leeor50. So check them out. The code is in the description below. And now let's get right into the video. So I want to start off with defining what subliminals are. So the Latin root for sub means beneath, below, or under, and limen is the Latin word for threshold. By definition, subliminals are any type of stimuli that we humans receive that is under the threshold of our consciousness. Basically, messages that we take in subconsciously. They're messages that are designed to bypass our conscious mind and plant themselves into our subconscious. Now, when you hear people talking about subliminal messages on YouTube and in the spiritual community, what they're usually talking about are recordings of inaudible messages meant to reprogram your mind in order to create some sort of change and improvement. People often use these in order to influence their beliefs and subsequently to help them attract something that they desire into their life. So these silent messages are often hidden by music or ambient noise. They're sometimes sped up or played backwards. They're often also put against binaural beats. Binaural beats are audio stimuli that causes some sort of change in brain activity, and that's for another day. There are a ton of uses for subliminal videos and reprogramming. For example, you could use subliminal messages to remove subconscious blockages and resistances, to work through trauma, to improve habits, improve your memory, to change something in your appearance, such as to lose weight or change your eye color, to find love, to allow yourself to be open to find love, to become more confident, to become smarter, to feel luckier, to get a job, to change something in your habits or your personality, to cure something, and even to have supernatural ability, believe it or not. So how these work is these affirmations that are related to the topics that I just listed are recorded and then edited to be at a volume that's nearly inaudible or completely inaudible to our conscious mind. And what people will do is they will listen to them while doing other things, not really focusing on them, or right before falling asleep at night. I think that subliminal reprogramming can be the perfect blend of spirituality and science. With subliminal videos, you are priming new emotional reactions and triggers. You are creating new belief systems and storing them into your subconscious mind in order to see palpable physical change in your physical reality. So as human beings, we have something called the Trinity of Mind, which is made up of our subconscious mind, our unconscious mind, and our conscious mind. So our conscious mind is everything that we see. We are aware of what goes on in our conscious mind, and we know what goes into it. We know what's crossing our mind, what's on our mind. The conscious mind is what is seen. However, the subconscious mind is the one that is really in control. The subconscious and the unconscious minds have control over our behavior, actions, thoughts, words, emotions, and in extension, our reality. When messages are stored in our subconscious, they become ingrained within us and start to affect the way that we perceive the world. These subliminal messages work really well. All you have to do is look at the multi-billion-dollar marketing industry, the advertising industry, the way they market to us. They are profiting off of the brain's ability to take in stimulus into the subconsciousness and then affect our daily behavior, the choices that we make in our daily life based on these messages. It has to do with brand recognition and making us lifelong customers. But we can also use these subliminal messages to our advantage. We don't have to leave this power in the hands of the marketing industry, the advertising industries. So the best time to listen to subliminals is at night when you're falling asleep and your brain is slipping into the alpha state. that is when your subconscious is the most impressionable. You should be listening to subliminals as often as you like, as often as they make you feel good. But I know that the subliminal community on YouTube does say that the best results are had with consistent everyday daily use. So when I've been asked to do this video time after time after time, I've often been asked about my opinion. And my opinion about subliminals is that they work. I have personally used subliminals in the past to lighten my eyes. This was when I was younger and I was obsessed with having lighter eye color. Every day I would see tiny changes in the darkness of my eyes. They would become lighter and lighter, and I thought it was so pretty, but eventually I realized that I had really fallen in love with the natural color of my eyes. And that will happen sometimes. You'll be so obsessed with improvement and with looking at that specific thing, physical trait that you're trying to fix, that you're going to create some sort of connection in your brain, and you're going to start loving that physical aspect of you. I've also used subliminals in the past to get geared up about working out and dieting again, and that has been very, very helpful. I don't use them on a daily basis personally, but I do believe that they can be a very effective part of a law of attraction practice. I think that for some people, subliminals work because they really are planting these messages into your subconscious and you're starting to believe them. Your subconscious creates the reality in front of you. Your subconscious mind is what is in charge of your reality, really. But then again, I also believe that for other people still, this works as a placebo effect. And I have seen people get very upset when subliminal messages are compared or explained by the placebo effect. But I believe that's because the people who get upset at this aren't really aware about how powerful the placebo effect really is. Placebo pills have been shown time and time again, replicated in different studies, to create real and lasting change. They have helped people lose weight, cure depression, fix their mental state, stop smoking, and countless other things. There are currently pills on the market that have been proven to only work because of their placebo effect. But the pharmaceutical industry is still making millions and millions of dollars off of these pills that are essentially just sugar pills. And they are actually helping people. They're making real mental changes. I want to give you an example that will demonstrate just how powerful a placebo effect can be. So in the 1950s, I believe, or a little bit earlier, doctors were trying to find a way to help patients relieve angina, which I believe is a blood disease that causes severe pain. And they believed that they could help relieve that pain by tying off certain arteries in order for the body to regrow new channels, new pathways, and new arteries. These surgeries turned out to be extremely successful. However, years later, people were curious, and when inspecting cadavers of these people who had these surgeries, they found out that no new channels, no new arteries had ever grown. So to test this, in 1958, there were some cardiac surgeons who were really curious, and what they did is they took 5 people, this was very unethical, but they took 5 people who had angina, and they took another group of people who also had angina, and for the 5 people, without letting them know, they performed a fake operation on them where they didn't do anything. They cut into them, but they didn't actually do anything. And then for the second group of people, they actually performed the surgery. After the surgery and after they had had time to heal, the group that had actually experienced the surgery, 78% of them experienced healing and relief from this disease. The group of people, the 5 people who did not get the surgery, 100%, all 5 of them felt relief from angina. They did not receive any type of surgery. At the end of the day, neither group of people should have felt any type of relief because nothing was really happening because of the surgery or without the surgery, with the absence of the surgery. But the placebo effect demonstrates how powerful our minds are. They can completely heal us and change us physically. So don't write off the placebo effect because it is a very real and powerful phenomenon. And if that's why subliminals are working for you, then who cares? It is just another channel. It's just another way of attracting whatever it is that you want. So I do want to add a word of caution for subliminals if you're new to them. I'm not really in the subliminal community on YouTube, so I don't know much about this, and I actually haven't even checked out the channels in question. However, there have been a lot of comments on my own YouTube and on the Facebook group about certain channels where listeners have listened to these subliminal recordings for months and experience extremely negative effects. Tension, anxiety, depression, a weird cult-like devotion to the creator of the videos. Just really weird things. I won't mention any names, but all I want to say is please be careful. Check out your sources. See what other people are saying about whatever source of subliminal you choose to use. Read reviews. Just be very cautious because, you know, letting somebody implant messages into your brain is a very personal and private thing, and you want to make sure that you're trusting them completely, because if you aren't, even if they aren't giving you any bad messages, even if there are no harmful effects, your distrust and your anxiety about whether or not you can trust this subliminal message or not is going to cause opposite effects. It's going to even cause harmful effects. Actually, somebody on the Facebook group suggested that if you don't want to trust another person with this, you can make your own subliminals. Just record affirmations that would help you, lower them to a very low frequency and put some music on top of them. Find some binaural beats and put it on top of them and see if that works for you. And remember, you don't have to use subliminal recordings, subliminal videos or messages. There are countless other ways of attracting the things that you want and of using the law of attraction. Subliminals aren't a necessary part of it. So if you don't feel comfortable doing that, just don't do it. So I want to end this talk today by just talking about some subliminal channels that I subscribe to, that I know of. A few of these are actually baby elephants, and I trust our community a lot. So I don't think that anybody in this community would ever try to harm anybody else. I think that we could trust them, and they make really good subliminal videos. So those are Cole Michelson and Liana Subliminals. They're both in the baby elephant community. Cole's videos are unisex and maybe a little bit geared towards males, while Liana's seem to be geared more towards feminine desires. They're both great people, and I would trust their subliminals. And we also have Reshape Your Mind in this community. She's a baby elephant that shared her new subliminal channel with me on the Facebook group. I think hers are sweet and calming, and they deal with law of attraction related topics. Those will all be linked below. The ones that I use myself are Thomas Hall, Jason Stevenson, Theta Magical Frequencies. I've obviously heard others as well, but I don't remember their names right now, or I've only used one from them, so it hasn't really stuck with me. And then there are recommendations that I've received but haven't checked out myself yet, which are Hypno Daddy, Dove Subliminals, Paul McKenna, Carlos Osorio, which is in Spanish, I believe, and Akuo Subliminals. So if you want to find out about more, join the Facebook group. The link is in the description. So that's it for me today, guys, on subliminals. Let's have a conversation in the comments though. Do you use them? Have you seen any physical or metaphysical or psychological success from these? Have you received any success from these, from using them? If so, which ones have you used? What have you seen? What makes a good subliminal? Other than that, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much and I appreciate you so much. Until my next video, keep your vibrations way up. Bye. There are no losses, only lessons.